Okay, so as per your opinion, when is the right time to come to Australia as an international student?
I would say rather than waiting to complete your schooling overseas and then come here in universities in Australia, best thing is to come here in a student visa to study schooling. Uh, Maybe year 9, 8, year 10, you can start at year 11 as well, but not after that. Anything before that is the best age.
Okay, and what can be the cost of it?
See, as you would know that university's fee is much higher, but if you compare that with schooling fee, if you come to a school here, you're paying somewhere around 15,000 government schools, and if they're private schools, maybe around 21,000 per year.
And do they have any English requirement?
Okay, so if you're coming to study in a school here, at school age, you don't need to mandatorily take the English test, so that is waived off. You don't need to clear a PT or IELTS exam.
Okay, and what about the living arrangements?
Most of the time, students live with their relatives. If they don't have a relative, they can the education department in South Australia, they can organize a homestay arrangement where they have the set of approved families and children live with other children, other families as a part of their family.
And is this easier to get the guardianship?
Generally, there is a approved set of relatives who can be a guardian for an international school student. They are generally siblings, uncles, aunts. If the relative is not a list of those approved relatives, then they can be a guardian relationship, or the homestay, as I said, is the best way to go.
Okay, so why do you think that it's better to come into schools rather than coming into universities?
See, when you are coming as an international student after completing year 12 overseas and then you're coming into universities, you have to pay hefty amount of fee. And initially, it's sort of a cultural shock for any student that comes into university. Their studies are tough, they're not used to the studying environment in Australia. So I would say if they come in schools, it's easy for them to adapt, know the culture initially, and it's very fast for them to, when they are around the school age students, to make good friends with them. And when they start uni after doing schooling here, it's so much easier for them to just get into the studies. Not only that, I would say getting into university admission these days has become so much difficult for overseas students. Universities, they take a lot of documents to clear their GTEs. Their admissions are so much hard, whereas getting into school is not that difficult. If they have a relative here, let's say if a child is in year 7, 8, 9, even in year 10 there, and they have their aunt or uncle here, they can easily come here and start their studies in a school here, a government school. My own children, they study in a government school, so I know the quality of the schooling is so good. I would definitely recommend starting schooling here rather than waiting to start uni.
Yeah, that's great. I guess the parents can easily take decision now whether to take time or send their children now.
And in fact, the term as well. They don't need to wait for year 1, 2 or year term 1 or term 2 or term 3. They can come mid-year as well.
Okay.
The minimum they need to study here is in year 11 and year 12.
Okay.
The whole of it. So year 11, so schooling calendar starts in January here.
Yeah.
From January to December. There are 4 terms into it. They can come into any term. But if they are only doing year 11 and 12, they have to complete year 11 and 12 to get the SACE certificate. That's like a board examination, the state board examination. And that is required to get into unis later on. But if they are coming into year 7 or 8 or 9, they can start any term 1, 2, 3 or 4. Yeah.
Okay, so if any student is doing year 10 or 11 in overseas and again they are coming for year 10 or 11 repeating the same class, is that a problem?
Yeah, I would say no actually, because most of the times their age would have passed. So it's best to come here either before starting year 11 there, or maybe if they are right age. Generally, I would say under 16 they can do year 11 and 12 here. They must have completed year 10 there. But if they are in year 10 or 9 or 8, it's so much easier. They can come here, do their 9, year 8, or year 9, year 8, or year 10, anything.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.